If you're a reader who wants to establish themselves as a book reviewer and want to get paid for it, then this is the best video for you. But if you're just a reader and you want to start your book blog from scratch and you do not know how to go about it, then I've already made a video on my channel. I'll link it in the description below. You will find it, and it has everything you need to know about starting a book blog. Everything that you require is in that video, so you can go ahead and watch this. But in today's video, I'm strictly going to stick to how you can get started with your journey of reviewing books, doing promotions, and all the creative things that you want to do for debut authors. Before I start this video, I want to get this one thing very clear, that it's totally your choice if you want to get paid for it or not, because I've seen a lot of people shaming others for charging for the book reviews, the promotions that they do from their platforms. I mean, it's totally your choice. If you want to do free book reviews, if you want to do free promotions, it's totally up to you. But if there are people like me who really put in the efforts, the time, the energy to promote and enhance the visibility of a debut author's work, then there's no problem in it. There are many people who are doing it, and if you do it authentically, then everything is good. So this video is for those people who are stuck on how they can get started and get paid for it. So in today's video, I'm not going to tell you what you can charge and how much you should be charging. It's totally up to you, and it's totally related to how creative you are and how much you value yourself and the services that you're going to offer the author. So I'm already assuming that you have a book blog or a platform where you post your book reviews, your recommendations, and you have a lot of content, honestly, to show to the authors who you are going to work with, because that is very important. So if you already have a page and everything you're sorted with, you just need to work with the authors, then I would say do not just wait for authors to approach you. Have a professional pitch ready wherein you tell everything about yourself, the work that you do, the services that you're going to offer, how you can help the author, because see, at the end it's about helping the author promote their work. So you also have to mention all of this in a very concise form, and you have to send this to the authors with whom you wish to work. So this is like a pitch, and every business out there, they have their pitches ready. I mean, if you are using Instagram, you might have come across many pitches that are being sent to you, the promotion, collaboration, and the proposals, everything that is out there, they are just pitches. So you do not have to sit and wait for the authors to approach you, and if that's happening, then definitely it's good, and go ahead, reply to them, work with them. But if you're at this stage where the authors are not approaching you for book reviews or for paid book reviews, then I think it's high time that you go ahead and start looking for authors and start pitching and just relax. Because see, this is a pitch and not every author is going to reply to you, so you have to just pitch and relax. You do not have to be creepy, you do not have to be clingy, you do not have to repeatedly message one author again and again that hi, please reply, please reply. You do not have to go to their post and comment on their post saying that hi, please check your DM. You don't have to do all of those things, because that makes you look like a little unprofessional, and at least I feel so, because I've never done this, but I've seen people doing it. But I feel that this is a bit unprofessional, because everyone opens their phone, they check their messages. So if you have not received the replies yet, probably they are not interested in working with you. So there is also one important point, that your pitch has to be very solid, very engaging, and it should look very professional, so that the authors actually show interest, and ultimately they are going to open your profile, they are going to see your work. So that is why having a content filled feed is very important, so that authors know what you're actually doing on your platforms. Moving ahead, you have already pitched the authors and you are now waiting for some of them to reply. And so, let's say a few authors have now replied to you showing their interest. So, now what you have to do is you have to quote your charges. And just like your pitch was professional, I feel the services, everything that you're going to offer, like it can be that you're going to review their book on Instagram, Facebook, Amazon, Goodreads, YouTube if you have one, or if you have a blog or a website, wherever you are going to review their book and whatever you are going to charge them, you have to maintain it very, professionally. It should be very clear, very concise. There should be no doubts about, what you're offering and what you're charging for the same. So it should be very, simple. Like, when we go to a restaurant, we know what dish is going to cost what. So it should be that clear and less time consuming for authors to decide. So once they show interest, now you have to send them your services, your packages, whatever you offer. And if they are interested, they'll definitely reply you with whatever they are looking for. But here's one important thing that comes here is that once they select any of the packages that you're offering, I highly recommend having a list of terms and conditions. So it's totally going to be based on what are your terms and conditions of working with the author. It can be related to the star rating, it can be related to giving an honest feedback, it can be related to having your charges, whether they are inclusive or exclusive of the book cost. It's totally dependent on you what terms and conditions you want to have. But I feel that it is very important to have once you decide to work professionally, because I feel having terms and conditions is very important because it creates less confusion. There's no confusion, everything is very clear, everything is just out there. So it's a mutual thing that happens. Like when you send your terms and conditions, the author has to first agree to that, and only if they're agreeing they are going to work with you. All right. So because many times it can happen, especially if you're new to this, that maybe you review their book and you have not taken the advance. So there might be cases where the author just does not pay you after you are done reviewing. So your time, your energy, everything that you have spent in doing that work will just go to waste. So that is why having terms and conditions is very important, and I feel everyone who is going into it professionally should maintain at least something that states all the terms and conditions before working with the authors. Now you can also create invoices and send it to the author, because it will also be very clear for the author what you're offering, what you're charging, and everything will be there as a document or something. So if you want, you can also go one step ahead and create invoices and mail it to the author you are working with. Lastly, I would say when you have started working with them, just be authentic with your reviews. Just because it's a paid review, it doesn't have to be all positive, all rosy, and like that. You have to be honest, because ultimately you're recommending a book to your audience. So you have to be authentic and you have to give the authors the reason to come back to you when they release their books again, like the second book or the third book that they release. They should have a very strong reason to come back to a certain book reviewer. So you have to be that authentic. You have to do your work with such sincerity that the authors also feel that the money they invested in you was actually totally worth it. So it's not just your benefit that we are talking about here, but it's like a mutual benefit we should look at. These are a few things that I feel you should keep in mind if you are starting as a book reviewer. If I have left something or if you have any doubts regarding the same, feel free to comment that in the comment section. I'll definitely address that. And this is it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, subscribe to my channel. If you're new here, like this video, comment down your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the upcoming videos. Until next time, take care and keep reading.